Hello. Let's see who all is out there tonight. I can't see anything. Let me get signed in. I'll do a few little shares. See if there's anybody out there that wants to join us. And we'll see what's going on. Trying some new camera placement. As you can tell, I don't have it quite figured out yet, but that's okay. Oh, maybe that's a little better. Who knows? Just wondering, am I the only one that sits like this when I craft with my legs folded in the chair? Maybe, maybe not. Hard to say. So this was my day off. So this is my no makeup day off face. Did get to go see the grandbaby for a little bit today, so that was pretty awesome. And let me see. Let's see where we can share this baby. Oh, there we go. So we'll see if we can get anybody to join us. When you get on here, just feel free to share. Now, I'm not going to be watching comments throughout this live, but I will go back at the end and make sure that I have been able to see everything. So I just want to make sure that it is shared. I do have some pictures set up in the background. I don't know if you can see those. Just trying to decorate with a little bit about what we've been working on and doing. So I've been busy. So glad you guys are joining us. Okay, so yeah, we are there. So feel free to share this video with anybody. I would love it if you did. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera down to the work area. And tonight we're going to work on something that is really awesome. The name of this transfer is You Are Enough. Oh, and we're upside down. What's up with that? Okay. Easy fix. Here we go. Hang with me. One of these days, I'm going to get this camera figured out. That's the goal anyway, right? So, You Are Enough. It's a great board. It's a great message. Something that we all could hear a little more often. So I did post earlier today my latest YouTube video, and that is with a sunflower, and you are my sunshine. So if you would like to see how this board was done, feel free to go to my YouTube page, and that is Setting Sun's Design. It's actually a YouTube channel, my bad. If you would like to see this, I would love for you to subscribe. But you are my sunshine. Isn't that just vibrant and beautiful? So if you'd like to see how this is done, this is actually on canvas and not on a board. So I have all of that on my YouTube channel, Setting Sun's Designs. So I would love for you to go check that out. So tonight we're going to work on a brand new transfer. You Are Enough. I've been wanting to do this one for quite a while. And I'm actually going to do this one on our 10-inch round. So it's ready. There is a hole at the top. I like to put ribbon in mine when they are complete. So you can use that in order to set it up on the wall or however you want to display it. So brand new transfer. I am going to take it right out of the package. And I'm going to show you how easy this is to do. So, everyone having a good week so far? Here we are on Hump Day. Wacky Wednesday. What other great names do we have out there for Wednesday, midweek? We can't seem to stop it. It's going to come no matter what, right? Much truth. So what I'm doing right now is I am actually cutting out the transfer. There are white lines right here that you can cut these out. I do have my water bath set up right behind me. And I do that so that when I get done using the transfer, I can actually put the transfer in the water because these are reusable. Do you guys realize how awesome that is? So I am a Cricut girl. I will always be a Cricut girl. I will never stop using my Cricut because I love it. There's so much versatility with it. But when I came across Chalk Couture watching videos, because that's how we all learn, right? Because I love to do stencils, but they're so time consuming. And you only get to use them one time. And when I watched Megan do a video and she said these can be used over and over and over again, I was like, no way. There's just no way. And it's a way. It's true. So I am just so thankful to have found Chalk Couture. It has made my life so much easier. So since this is on the round board, I think I'm going to do the big flower at the top. And then I have these little flowers that I'm going to just come down here and do at the bottom. So that's kind of how my layout is going to go. As you're watching, if you are enjoying my video, I would love for you to like it. And of course, share it. The more people that we can get excited about Chalk Couture, the happier the world will be. I know that sounds really silly, but it's true. I mean, one of the things that I really love about Chalk Couture, other than the fact that, you know, it's a craft and I get to craft and that makes me happy, is it's stress-free. Because we are working with chalk paste, it's no big deal. If we make a mistake, and you're going to make mistakes, that's part of crafting, right? If you make a mistake, no big deal. You just go in and you wash it off with water. And so as I was learning about Chalk Couture and I was being told that, I was like, there's no way. Like no craft is ever that easy. But it is. So what I did is I just took the transfer off the backer board. This is the backer board. And since this is a brand new transfer, it's real important that we fuzz it. I prefer fuzzing on my shirt. And all I'm doing is putting this transfer right here on my shirt. I think you can probably hear that. And it's picking up some of the fuzz because these transfers actually have sticky on them. And so that allows you to place the transfer wherever you want it to go. And then it actually will adhere to whatever surface that you're working on. And then we're just going to put this down. So inside of this, I don't know if you can see this or not, but inside of here is actually webbing. So the transfer, or stencil, as I called it in the beginning, but it's actually a transfer, is more like a silk screen, which makes it real awesome to use. So this is going to be like a spring area board, and I'm in love with the coral right now. So I'm actually going to do the words in coral. And I'm not going to ombre this time. I tend to do too much ombre, I think. So I'm going to, because this is a real important message, I'm just stirring this up, making sure it's a good yogurt-like consistency. Because it's real important that we get this message across, I just want to be real simple with this project. I don't want to go all crazy colors and ombre and all of those things. But I do want it to be bold because I think people, they may hear it, but they don't believe it enough. Like, you are enough to stand up for yourself. You are enough. You're worth it to do what's best for you. We shouldn't have to put up with the status quo. We shouldn't have to put up with what, you know, or do something because we feel like, well, that's what's expected of me, right? So this saying is very powerful. And with all the things that are going on in the world, sometimes I just think we need a reminder that we truly, truly, truly are enough. So what I'm doing at this moment is I'm just taking my chalk paste and I am applying it liberally right over the words that we have here. You are enough. And then I'm going back and I'm taking out any excess, but making sure that all that webbed area is being covered nicely. And then I'll scrape any excess that I have left back into the jar, because that is something that we can use again. Put my lid back on, and then I will wipe off my squeegee. So it's ready to go again. See what I mean by easy and no stress? I mean, you know, when you're doing it on the Cricut or something like that, you gotta, you know, design your transfer. Then you have to weed the transfer, which are all therapeutic in their own mind. But it's definitely not reusable. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the transfer that has the paste on it. I'm going to put it in my water bath. Now my end did bleed a little bit. I'm going to let that dry for a hot minute, and then I'll go in with a Q-tip and I'll clean that up. But doesn't that coral just really pop on this round? So you are enough. Sorry if I have too much of a glare on there, but you are enough. Okay, so now we're gonna do our big flowers at the top. Again, new transfer, so I am gonna fuzz it up a little bit. I'm putting it on my shirt. Get that fuzzed up. And then I'm gonna place it. Now there is that hole at the top, so we have to be mindful of that. And then I just love how this curves so nicely. Now we do have a special going on right now with the company that you can purchase this set for a nice reduced price. And it actually comes on you can only buy it as a customer. It comes on a octagon board, which is really cool. So I do have one flower that's only going to be partial up there, but I kind of like that. And then my rose is right in the middle of the circle, so it's kind of hidden. So I like that. It's all part of the design. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just pushing this down so I have a good seal. And then I'm going to figure out which colors that I want to use. So yellow is my favorite color, so I'm going to do the rose in yellow. And then I've got some peacock to do some of these flowers, and then I'll probably do pink with the little flowers, and then of course the foliage. So I have little spatulas that I use, which is actually a big spatula, and I've cut those up into pieces. But the company, I heard, is coming out with new smaller ones, so I'm super, super excited about that. So I'm just mixing up my paste, and then I will place it right here on the rose. And the nice thing about Chalk Couture too is you can do whatever colors you like. I've seen these monotoned, which is very bold, to where everything, the flowers, everything is just one color. So it's a real statement piece at that point. And then I'm going to take my spatula again, and I'm going to take off any excess that I have with my yellow. Oh, that had a little bit of dried on there. Okay. Making sure that all those webbed areas are covered nicely. Oh, that yellow rose is going to be beautiful. There's a reason yellow is my favorite color. So is everybody having a good night tonight? Anybody working on anything special or fun or exciting? And then I'm going to come in with some pink to do the littles. Has anyone done this project yet? Any compliments on, you know, the verbiage of what it says? I'd be interested to know if anybody's given it as a gift, or as you're looking at it, thinking about a person that this would be a perfect gift for. I mean, a lot of times when I'm crafting or I see a saying, I will automatically think, oh my gosh, I have to make this for so-and-so. Or, oh my gosh, my mom would love this and this is why. But you know, what a perfect gift for someone who's going through maybe a struggle at work or a struggle in their lives. Just a great statement piece just to say, you know what, you really are enough, and you need to value yourself enough to know that you matter. And sometimes we forget as friends that our friends need to hear that from us as well. So this is the 10-inch round Cheryl. It is a Chalk Couture board, and we do sell those surfaces. You no need to wax it or anything like that. So the round comes like this, and then, which is really fun. And they also come in white. It also comes with the cable. or the jute string, and you can use that to hang it from. So that part is really awesome. Chalk Couture has everything that you need. And it's just, you know, and I like that you don't have to treat it with wax or do anything special to it. You just open it and you're ready to go. And I'm talking too much. So my paste may be drying. That is a problem. Okay. If you allow your paste to dry too much, what will happen is when you go to pull up the transfer, it could actually pull the paste with you. So I sometimes get distracted, especially when I'm doing a live, and I don't mean to. But here's the thing. If we mess it up, it's really no big deal. We will just turn right around and wipe it off with regular water and start all over. Another bonus of Chalk Couture. I mean, that's what I seriously mean when I say it's like a no stress craft, because there's no need to stress. I mean, the worst thing that's going to happen is you wasted 10, 15 minutes out of your life. I mean, we do that on the daily, right? I mean, come on, changing out the toilet paper. We waste more time doing that than anything, right? So I try not to stress about the little stuff. It's a work in progress, okay? But that truly is a non-stress issue that I love about Chalk Couture, because if I royally mess something up, it's really, truly not a big deal to just go in here and wash it with water and start all over. And if it's not a bad mess up, you can just redo one area. There's no reason that you have to redo the whole board. So you just kind of play it by ear. So all I'm doing right now is I am covering up this area where the webbing is at and allowing that to be transferred to my board. Okay, now it's time for some green, and I'm going to use the kiwi because I love this color. It's just a pretty green. Okay, so I'm going to do the foliage in this color. And this is my first time to do this transfer. Like I said, I've been wanting to do it for a while. I just wanted to do it when I could give it time that it deserved, because it's a great statement piece, right? And on this one, I left it half and half because I want to come in with a little bit darker green just to give it a little depth. So I'm going to blend those colors in there for us to see a little bit better. I got some coral down there and I'm not loving that. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to fix that. But look, I'm not stressed. If it was any other craft, I would be totally stressed out. Like I just wasted the whole board. I have to start all over. Not with Chalk Couture. I'm telling you, it's the part that's amazing. So a lot of people are like, I would love to try Chalk Couture. I could totally see myself doing this, but I could never do a live. Here's the thing. You don't have to do a live. You don't even have to do anything. You can just become a customer and love it and use it whenever you want. So, but there are perks at being a designer. I do get all my stuff at 40% off. I mean, holy cow, right? 40% off. That's amazing. I mean, who doesn't love a deal? All right, let's cross our fingers that I didn't talk too much. Yeah, it is going to pull some of it up. So big yellow rose, I'm totally redoing, just so you know. But hey, this is how we learn, right? We make mistakes, we learn together. So, any guesses on what I did wrong here? It is not permanent. Another no stress thing, Miss Cheryl. I can just use regular water. Here, I'll just do it right now with you. Or a Clorox wipe, which is what I have right here. And you just go right over the top of it and wipe it off. Now, if you want to make it permanent after you fix the yellow rose, by all means, you certainly can. However, what I normally do, my dear, is I have some boards, and I invest some money in some really bigger, nicer boards. You can take the board, change it for the season, and then when that season is over, instead of having to store it and go out and buy new boards and start all over and do all of that. You just clean your board with water and start all over. How awesome is that? I mean, talk about saving money. That's huge. And then I come in here with a Q-tip and I do some final cleanup. So once my transfer dries, because right now I have it in the water bath, once that transfer dries, then I'll just put it back down here again once I have it nice and cleaned up, and we'll do the yellow rose again. Seriously, no stress. I mean, we all already have enough stress in our life. Let's not find a craft that gives us more. But isn't that pretty how that ombre'd out with the different color greens? Kind of like foliage really is. Loving it. You guys liking it so far? What do you think? Other than that messed up yellow rose right there. Now, I have seen a lot of people do this and they're ombreing, or you and enough for one color and ours a different color. I mean, you're the artist. You can decide how you want it to look, what you want it to say, the colors that you want it to be. But this coral is just, it's really pretty, and especially with that peacock. So I've got another set of flowers that I'm going to put on the bottom. And this is plenty dry. As I'm putting this flower down, the transfer part itself is actually going to cover part of the wording. Let me see where that's at. Oh, look, it just goes right up in there and touches it like it was meant to do that. So like I said, the kit that we have that's on special right now, it's on a hexagon board. And I'm actually doing it on the 10-inch round. And when you buy the kit at the reduced price, you actually get ink packs or paste packs instead of getting the full-size 3-ounce jar, which is another way of being able to get a nice project to work on and save money. So those are pretty fabulous too. So this one I'm going to do the peacock again on one of the flowers. And I'll probably do coral as well, so it kind of matches the flowers that I have at the top. So what kind of crafting does everybody do that's joining us tonight? I love doing the Cricut. I love crochet. Like, I don't think when I was in high school, I was a latch hook rug girl. Anybody ever done latch hook rug? Like, I was totally addicted. My 4-H project was on a latch hook rug. I mean, yeah, I was a geek. But I'm okay with that. I have accepted my inner geek. But crafting and creating beautiful things is just something I enjoy. It is my therapy for sure. We have some health issues going on in my family right now, some pretty serious ones. And this just kind of helps me to deal, being able to create something and say, you know, I did that. It's pretty helpful for me. And then I have good friends I can lean on too, which makes it nice. So what are you guys thinking about this board so far? Not too shabby, huh? All right, I'm going to do a little pink in here. I like the pink. I really think this is supposed to be a little green also, but I kind of like to bring in a little bit of color because I like color. And I'm the artist and it's my project. And we can do it however we want, right? Absolutely. This is going to be pretty. So now the hardest part is going to be me deciding if I'm going to keep this for myself or if I'm going to give it as a gift. So since I did the lighter green more in the foliage on the top, I'm going to do more of the darker green on the foliage down here in the bottom just to give it a little balance. But like I said, you're the artist. There's no right, there's no wrong, there's no rules. You do what you feel like you want to do. If you guys are enjoying my video, Feel free to share it with your friends, especially if you've got friends that love to craft. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for new things to do, new ways to be creative. And that's just what Chalk Couture is. Just a new way to do things. These transfers are completely reusable. If you take good care of them, like endless. If you don't, like 8 to 12 uses. But you're talking a good 20, 30, I've even heard people saying 50 or 60 uses out of one transfer if you take good care of them. So all you have to do is water bath them when you get done. Rub them with your fingers and clean them off. Put their backers back on and you are good to go. All right, let's see if I did this one right. Looking better, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think? You like it? You like it? You like it? Hey, if you like what's going on, feel free to share it. Let me know what you're thinking. If you think I should be using different colors, if you kind of like the color schemes on it so far, I'd love to know what you think. And please, when you get a chance, make a note. If you can't do it right now, go check out my YouTube channel. It is Setting Sun Designs. And I have got several tutorials on here on how to do different types of pages and things like that. We're also trying to get our membership up on the Setting Sun's crafting page. So if you have friends that love to craft, send them on over. We like to share all kinds of crafting on that page. So see how nicely that rose cleaned up? All right, I've got one other little flower area that I'm gonna do right over here. Don't you love this saying? I mean, you are enough. Like, we just can't hear that as wives and moms, as business professionals. We just can't hear that enough. Like, we're always comparing ourselves to others, never quite feeling like we measure up, never quite feeling like what we do is enough. And I just think it's a super powerful statement. And by golly, we all need to help each other, right? We all need to help each other feel like we truly, truly, truly are enough. All right, I'm going to put a little coral over here. And for those of you that have joined my Setting Sun Crafting Facebook group, please come on there and share what you're working on. I mean, we're just a bunch of gals and a couple fellas that love to do all kinds of crafts, and we would love to see what you're up to and learn from you as well. I mean, it's all about sharing, right? Not drama, not stress. And for those of you that don't know much about Chalk Couture, please stop by and check out my page. It is chalkcouture.com/setting sun. We have so many new transfers and surfaces coming out here real soon. Like, you definitely want to stay in touch with what is happening with Chalk Couture because I can't wait. I just ordered several new transfers this week, and then they've got more being released here real soon. Like, so much is happening, I can barely keep up. And that's a good problem, right? So it's not the same-o, same-o. But the fact that we can reuse these transfers, that's just huge. Okay, so let's see where we are now. Beautiful. I like it. It's simple. It's lovely. Let me clean out this rose and we'll go in and we'll finish that up real quick. So if I wanted to add more flowers, I could certainly do that. I could go all the way around, but I kind of like the simplicity of that. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking that big flower arrangement that I had up at the top, and I'm taking it out of my water bath. Sorry, I didn't mean to have that over to the side. Taking it out of my water bath, and I'm going to just kind of dry it off here. I have a towel up on my work area. I'm going to dry that off, And then I'm going to dab the bottom. So what happens when you take that out of your water bath, I don't know how it does it. It's just, I use the word magic. But it allows that bottom surface to get re-sticky again, which is so cool. And that's what is part of it that makes it reusable. So I'm just drying this off so my chalk paste doesn't get all runny. And then I'm going to lay this down as close to perfect as what it was on here before, so that I can redo my rose that I talked too long on and it didn't work. Okay, and it doesn't have to be perfect because this rose didn't line up necessarily with anything else. It was more of a separated design. Oh, that's that hole right there. Perfect. Okay, but I'm definitely going to do yellow because I love yellow. And I think it's a nice center focal point right there because it is different. And it's the only place that I have the yellow. So it kind of brings your eye to the top. So now I'm just going to go into my rose and fill that in. So if you're watching and you're enjoying, please share. If you get a chance, come on over to my Facebook group. And that's Setting Suns Crafting, where we're all kinds of crafters who come together. And then if you want to see more videos, go check me out at my YouTube channel, Setting Suns Designs. So I will post a final picture here in the comments when I get this all done, so you guys can see that. And I would love to know your thoughts about it, if you would have changed a color or done something a little bit different. Voila! There's the yellow rose complete. Like I never even made a mistake. So it did have a flower up here and I don't like it. So guess what? Flower's gone. It's just that easy. So if you do something and you said you don't like it or you don't like the color, super simple. You just get rid of it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to clean up a few little things that I don't like the way that it is. But overall, I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's an awesome statement piece. And I may just keep this one for myself. So if I decided that I wanted to make this one permanent, I totally could. And all I would have to do is get, so this is what I use. It's a spray sealer. This is matte. You can buy them in semi-gloss and gloss. But I like the matte. But you get whatever you want because you're the artist and you decide. So you would just spray that over the top and that would make it permanent. But I would say 90% of what I do, I don't make it permanent because I'm frugal. I won't say cheap. I'm frugal. And I like to be able to reuse things over and over again. So what I will do is I will use it until I'm tired of it. Or I want to change the color scheme of my decor. And then I'll just wipe it off with water and start all over again. So that is one of the things that I really like about Chalk Couture. I mean, there's a lot of things, but that's one of the things I really like. If you're interested in becoming a designer, learning more, send me a message and say, tell me more. And I certainly will. But right now you sign up for $99 and you get almost $240 worth of product. But more importantly, you get everything at 40% off. So your paste, your inks, your surfaces, I mean, everything, 40% off. And who doesn't love a sale? So if that's something you're interested in, send me a message and say, tell me more. And I thank you all for joining. It was so nice for you to be here. Again, feel free to share this video if you got something out of it. If you have a question about any technique that I did, about the surface that I used, what the heck is Chalk Couture, put it in the comments below and I will be more than happy to answer. And we will see you again next time. Thanks for stopping by and happy crafting.